very good exercise for my body, thought Spot to himself. But today, I think I shall exercise my mind as well and do a spot count of everyone I meet. He hadn't walked far before he met a squirrel, busily collecting nuts to store away for the winter.
Good boy, Luigi,
said Spot politely. I'm too busy to stop and talk, said the squirrel. I don't want to talk, said Spot. I'm just doing a spot count, and I want to know how many you are. How many am I? Said the squirrel in a mocking voice. He looked around him, and he looked behind a tree. I'm not how many. There's only one of me. I'd have thought that was quite obvious, said the squirrel. Well, that's how many you are. One.
says like a Mario.
Look, said the squirrel. I didn't want to talk because I'm busy. Now, thanks to you, I've still only one acorn, and I need a lot more. Sorry, said Spot. Then the squirrel sang out in a loud voice, How many am I? I'm one. In numbers, I've just begun. I'm on my own. I'm all alone. I'm sorry to say, I'm sorry to moan, but after all is said and done, if you count me, you can only count one. And with that, the squirrel sped up the tree to store the acorn that he'd been holding in his paws. Spot sensed that something or somebody was following him. Good morning, said Spot. Are you following me? Yes. No. Is that a yes or a no, said Spot. It's both, said one of the rabbits. I said yes, but my brother, who always tells lies, no I don't, said her brother, and who always argues, no I don't. Well, said Spot, it's wrong to tell lies and it's silly to argue. I don't mind if you have been following me. I just want to make a spot count of the animals I meet. Now I can see that you are two. 1, 2. Oh, no, we're not, said the brother rabbit. Don't be silly, of course we are two, said his sister. And with that, they burst into song. How many are we? We're two. When counting, that is true. We argue all the livelong day. We're sorry to moan, we're sorry to say, but we can say, and this we do, if you count us, you can count 1, 2. Well, it's a pleasure to... Oh. But before Spot could finish, the two rabbits vanished. It never fails, said one fox cub. It works every time, said another. As sure as rabbits are rabbits and fox cubs are fox cubs, said the third. They never stop to say hello, said the first. They just run like mad, said the second. As sure as rabbits are rabbits and fox cubs are fox cubs, said the third. Do you always take it in turns to speak, said Spot. Always, said the first. Every time, said the second. As sure as rabbits are rabbits and fox cubs are fox cubs, said the third. And here they all burst into song. How many are we? We're 3. There's him and her and me. We speak in turn, we speak all day. We're sorry to moan, we're sorry to say, but we have to take it in turns, you see. First 1, then 2, and next it's 3. Excuse me? Spot looked all round. He'd certainly heard a voice, but where had it come from? Excuse me? It had come from one of a group of snails on a long tree trunk. Are you doing anything special at the moment? Well, said Spot, as a matter of fact, I'm doing a spot count. I'm counting all the animals and birds and insects I meet. And snails? Asked the snail. Are you counting snails? Oh, yes, said Spot. Good, because we are snails and there are 4 of us. So I see, said Spot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, said snail number 1, I wonder if you would help us. Certainly, said Spot, who liked to be wanted and was always ready to help anybody or anything. We 4 snails are particularly noted for our speed, said snail number 2. I thought snails were supposed to be very slow moving, said Spot. Some snails, said snail number 3, just as some horses are slow, like cart horses, but other horses are very fast. Like race horses, said Spot. Exactly. We are racing snails, said snail number 4. And we would like you to start our race at this end of the tree trunk and then race to the other end and judge which of us is the winner. The only problem is, said number one, can you get to the other end of this trunk before us? See how fast you can run. Spot bounded to the other end of the trunk and trotted back. I'm not sure, said number two. It's no good if he doesn't get there before us. He won't be able to count us across the winning line. Try again, said number three. Spot hurtled to the other end of the trunk and trotted back again. He was quite out of breath. All right, we'll give you a chance, said number four. You shout go, which will be the command for us to start our race. Then you get to the finishing line as fast as you can to count us in. The snails lined up. Go, shouted Spot, and he hurtled to the other end of the trunk. He waited and waited. He looked back along the trunk. It didn't look as if the snails had even started. Go, Spot shouted. Go! We're going! We're going! Shouted a panting snail. Oh, sorry, said Spot. At that moment, 5 beautiful butterflies fluttered round his head. They were much more lively and fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, counted Spot. Are you ready? Called one of the snails. Yes, I'm ready, called Spot. Sorry. Suddenly, Spot heard singing. And there were 6 ducks flying high above, and they were singing, how many are we? We're 6. We're up to our flying tricks. We fly at speed, we turn, we dive. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5. I'm number 6, and when I'm gone, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, none. Spot jumped up onto the tree trunk. You're in the way, shouted one of the snails. You mind we don't bowl you over. But you're miles away. Oh, please do hurry. I wouldn't hang around if I were you. It was the voice of a worm. Spot looked down. In fact, there were more than one. Spot counted them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hello, said the worm. Did you hear what I said? Oh, sorry, said Spot. I was counting. Well, if you're waiting for those snails to finish their race, you'll have time to count every leaf on every tree. And still they won't have finished. Just then, a frog bounced over Spot's head. And then another, and another, and another. There were frogs hopping all round Spot. Would you mind not bouncing? Said Spot. I'm doing a spot count, and it's very difficult to count how many frogs you are unless you stop bouncing. We're not bouncing, we're hopping, said one of the frogs. And we're hopping mad, said another. And when we're hopping mad, it's difficult to stop, said a third. But why are you mad? What's made you so cross? Asked Spot. The frogs stopped hopping just long enough to explain to Spot. You probably haven't met them, but there are 4 racing snails hereabouts. Well, they challenged us frogs to a race. We fell about laughing, said another frog. We accepted the challenge, said another. And lost, said another. How? Said Spot. How could fit, bouncy frogs lose to snails? Well, said number 1 frog, we knew that we could win easily, so we didn't take it seriously, said number 2 frog. The race started, said number 3, and we decided we needed a swim to cool us down, said number 4. So we hopped off to our pond for a quick dip, said number 5. Our intention was to get nice and cool and then go back and finish the race. But the sun was so hot, said number 6, and the water so cool, said number 7. that we all fell asleep, and by the time we'd woken up and hopped back to the tree trunk, said 8, we'd lost. They all shouted at once. Spot counted them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Number 8 was so cross, he let slap into a tree. He let slap into a tree.
Ow! Ah!
Luckily, the frog hadn't hurt himself and bounded off after his friends.
Hello, Mickey.
Counted the ants as they
Can't
restarted
even
their
Mickey Mouse.
long upward
No,
crawl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, counted Spot. Well done, called the leader ant to Spot. You're quite right. And the ants burst into song. How many are we? We're 9. We never moan or whine. We work all day. We never stop. We'll climb until we reach the top. We're 1, 2, 3, 4, doing fine. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Suddenly, Spot felt something tickling his tail. It was a field mouse.
Oh my god!
Said Spot, who couldn't stop laughing when he was tickled. Please
Stop, Stuart! I can't wait for the lights and the snail ways!
Not before you counted us field mice, said the field mouse on his tail. All right, said Spot, but stop tickling. I can't count if you tickle. The field mice were playing up and down a long stalk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, said Spot. There are 9 of you. Now, let me go, please. But you're wrong, giggled the field mouse on Spot's tail. You haven't counted me. Spot laughed. And you made 10. Now, will you let me go? Okay, said the field mouse, and scampered off to join his 9 friends. Spot began to run back to see the finish of the snail race, but he must have taken a wrong turning because he suddenly came to the edge of a stream. Oh no, said Spot.
Bo's not here! It's too late!
He was about to leap in and paddle across when he saw some fish swimming by.
Wow, bubbles!
Said Spot. I'll wait for them to swim past.
Make a bubble.
As they swam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Bubbles are done!
If there were any more, but there weren't. So he jumped in and paddled to the other side. He shook himself so hard that spray shot off in all directions. Here, watch what you're doing. The cry came from high above him. There, sitting on 2 branches, was a flock of pretty birds.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry!
Called Spot.
Hurry up, it's almost midnight!
We've been watching you count all our friends, cried one of the birds. If you don't count us, we shan't be friends with you anymore, called another.
Oh my god! I'm very hurt! Hurry up! We have the very late war!
Called Spot. Count us, or we're not your friends, called another bird. Oh,
Right, fine!
Who'd like to be friends with everybody, but stay quite still. Don't flutter about. And so Spot counted them as quickly as he could. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 of you. Quite right, called one of the birds. Spot ran and ran for all he was worth. When he reached the trunk where the snails were racing, he couldn't believe his eyes. There were the snails halfway along the trunk, but they weren't racing anymore. In fact, all he could see were their shells.